Okay, so I'm back. So here's the winch mounting kit from Honda. I ordered it from Partzilla. This sticker right here says stop, more parts inside. When you order this kit, or probably if you need to put any kit for a winch, it's the shipping label. You'll need this sub harness part here, accessory. So we'll be taking that out here in a little bit. Let's kind of go through all this. So there's this part here. There's one. Well, let's see here. Looks like I'll get this box off here. Looks like there should be two of these. I'm only seeing one. Let's see. I'm gonna have to double check on this for a minute because I think it looks like one of them may be missing. So let me get back to you just here in a minute. So I got to look and it appears like everything's in here. This is actually what I was thinking was missing, but this mounts to the frame and this actually mounts to this. So this is how you access the instructions. I wasn't able to, but there's a guy on YouTube that has a video, Max Moto Shop. Just type in Honda ATV mounting kit and it should show up as like an instructional video. It's not too complicated. I probably have to re-reference back to it. I tried to get to this, but I couldn't figure it out. So, right now, I'll just kind of play it by ear. But I need to take off all the plastics and stuff here. That sub harness cable connects right here. What is this? Oh, that's gotta come out of there. But so that was weird. Gotta make sure ain't nothing building a home in there. But yeah, it connects here, and this also allows for a if I'm not mistaken, for the 12 volt accessory plug and the winch and heated grips, I think. But I know they have a couple different ones. But so anyways, that's where that goes. But when we get back to you, I'm gonna take the plastics and stuff off, get that part out of the way, and we'll start mounting it. So stay tuned, and we'll start installing this winch mounting kit. Alright, so I'm back. Well, I took off the seat, the battery cover, the fenders. Obviously haven't got to that part yet, but have the mounting kit parts and stuff laying out here. I took the bumper off. I just want to show you that first thing you kind of want to do is mount this bracket. It has two spacers here, 10 millimeter, and it has these parts back here. It's 15 mil. There's maybe 12 mil. It's 12 mil, and then spacers. So this is the first thing you kind of want to do after taking the bumper off. It's like 10 mil. But so it's not real too complicated. I would recommend using a flex head to get in there. It's a little tricky. So far that's where I'm at. Not real complicated, pretty straightforward. I just use that video, and I'll make a reference to that as I'm kind of referencing it and playing it by ear. But so I'll get back with you here in a little bit, and as I progress, I'll show you the progress and any advice or tips. So need 10 mil, 12 mil, 15 mil sockets, and that flex head definitely is going to come in handy in trying to get in them tight spots, but it's not complicated. So I'll get back with you here in a minute. Alright, welcome back. So I got the mounting bracket mounted. I got that in there secure. And I got the switch mounted. I haven't done the wiring or the mounting for a solenoid because I don't have the winch yet. But I got the mounting kit. And what I wanted to do is run what I could now, and then I just have to hook the winch up. But so I have to skip the mounting the solenoid and running some of the wires till I get the actual winch. But so far I've just mounted the switch. Some people want it mounted maybe here, but I put mine down a little lower because I put that tarp on it. And you run your wires, just follow the regular wires, and you see it there, because that sub harness auxiliary cable connects here, and well, you know, from there to there, you just connect it here, run up under there, and it connects to the winch. So that I might do a part 2 to this, but I will note a few things that I learned that was challenging just about the mounting plate itself. The rest of it's just basically running some wires, putting some zip ties up and connecting it, and I'll show you that when I get to that. I don't know that I'm going to use a Warn winch, but I did like that plate better. I may use a lot of the same wires, that sub harness wire this one, you'll need that regardless. Part number is there. You'll need that regardless. I don't have to hook that up yet, not until I get the actual winch. But when you do this mount, you have to take off the bumper. So you got these bolts here, two 12 millimeter. You have this one here, it's a 10. You have a bolt there. Those are the mounting bolts. And so you have that one there as well. You have two of those, two of these, two of these, and two of those. 12 millimeter except for those little ones. Those are 10 mil. Anyways, it's a little difficult and challenging to get it because all this has to line up. You have spacers with the kit. It's between this and the bumper. I put the skid plate back on, but it's in the kit if you get this kit to help you mount this bracket to the frame. Anyways, when you go to put the bumper on, start at the bottom first and work your way up. Do these last, because this one here, these two here, that mounts it back to the frame, the bumper, as you can see, I got scratched up a little bit there. Trying to line it up, because you have two on the bottom, two that one I just mentioned there, and then these two up here, and then those two little ones back there. Plus it mounts up here, lines up here. There's quite a few places you have to get it all lined up, and I fought with that. I took the wheel off to try to get leverage to bend it, so I just retook the bumper back off. I didn't take it all the way off. I just took the bolts from the top down all the way back down, and then tried working my way up. Tighten the bolts on the bottom, then the next ones, then the next ones, all the way up to the top, because you got more room to play with this rack and stuff. It's easier than trying to do it the way I did it, and you know, to get that, because this was pushed back too far, so I couldn't get it to line up without stripping the threads, and I didn't want to do that. This can be touched up. That's not a big issue of any concern, but you don't want to strip the threads. Anyways, so what I did was I just took the top ones off near the rack, loosened them, and these weren't even in here, and then I was able to line these up, tighten them down, secure them, and then did these top two last. Otherwise you'll be fighting it. I mean, you know, if you do it the way I did it the first time and did tighten them top ones first, you might not run into that problem, but I did. And just a word of advice, probably best start from the bottom up and then save yourself that hassle, because you don't want to strip threading on the frame. Anyways, so yeah, that's in there. It's pretty secure. It took me a while, but I fought a big portion of that was just trying to get that to line up. Everything was lined up except one side, but I got it straightened out the way I said. Yeah, I don't have the winch yet. I'm still going to order that. I don't know that I'm going to use a Warn winch. I'm looking. I believe I'm going to use a super winch instead. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the route I'm going to go. I just believe they're built better internally. So If anything changes, I'll let you know. But the way they work is fundamentally the same. So that shouldn't matter. As long as the bolt mounting holes line up. I got to double check that. But yeah, I was looking at a bunch of reviews, and I just seen some indications of not up to my standards with the Warn winches, the 2,500 pound or even 3,500 pound VRX models. I'm not sure that they're all that great, built that well, not as robust as a super winch. So I may do the super winch. Hopefully it'll all line up. But yeah, so that may conclude it for now. I'll just have to put it back together, the plastics, and come back and do the other part later. It's not real complicated. It's just my experience was lining those up. You need 12 millimeter, 10 millimeter, and 8 millimeter for those bolts. I think no, not 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, and 12 millimeter. You need 8 millimeter for the switch here. I think that'll be fine. I need to put that tarp on it, so I don't want it sticking up too high. I mean, you can do it however you want, but I wasn't real impressed with that mount. But so far, that's how I've got it mounted. The wires is not real complicated. The blue and yellow ones, those will connect to the winch, and you'll want to run those along that frame where the yellow is pointing. You want to run along that, and you'll want to mount the solenoid mounting bracket on this frame bar here, right above where it says collar coat, basically. And you run your cables back to the battery here. Some people run them over top like this, and some people drill a hole in it and just run it underneath that way, which might be what I do. I don't have a boring bit for that. Yeah, so that may conclude it for part one of this installation till I get the actual winch. But yeah, I think not Warn, but super winch will be the one I go with. I could change my mind, but it's actually cheaper, but it's not built necessarily cheaper. They look like they're built better internally, which is what matters to me. I was looking at the Warn Axon winches, but it's a lot. The 3500's a lot bigger winch. It's a lot more expensive. I believe it's maybe built better than the VRX, but I mean, 2,500 pound winch, as long as it's 2,500 pounds, is plenty for a Honda Rancher. That's roughly 4 times the amount of weight. It's only this one here, the foot shift's only 615 pounds, so you don't really need 3,500 pound winch on a Rancher. People always want more, but as long as it pulls 2,500 pounds, that should be enough for a four-wheeler. So yeah, that'll probably conclude it for this episode. And we'll get back later. Hopefully the weather permits, and I'll install the rest of it. It's not real complicated. But see you again here next time on the ground.